Russia has tested the Sarmat intercontinental ballistic missile, ICBM. The timing is important. This comes just months after the expiration of the last remaining nuclear arms control treaty between Russia and the United States that placed limits on their strategic nuclear arsenals. Russian President Vladimir Putin, after receiving a report confirming the successful launch of the Sarmat, claimed, "This is the most powerful missile system in the world." Putin further stated that the missile is capable of carrying a warhead more than 4 times more powerful than those fielded by Western militaries. He also added that the Sarmat system would enter combat duty before the end of the year. In this video, Defense Updates reports on impending deployment of Sarmat ICBM. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. Sarmat was first unveiled during a 2018 Russian State of the Nation address, where it was presented as a next-generation strategic weapon capable of penetrating any missile defense system. The development of such systems is closely tied to the concept of mutual assured destruction, MAD-E, the Cold War-era strategic doctrine under which nuclear deterrence is maintained by ensuring that any nuclear strike by one side would inevitably result in a devastating retaliatory response. In essence, the certainty of mutual destruction is intended to prevent either side from initiating a nuclear conflict. However, as the United States and NATO continue to enhance their ballistic missile defense, BMD capabilities, Russian strategic planners have increasingly expressed concerns that the effectiveness of the MAD framework could be undermined if existing Russian nuclear delivery systems, including older missiles such as the R-36 Satan, become more vulnerable to interception. The Sarmat has therefore been specifically designed to penetrate current and future missile defense networks, enabling Russia to preserve a credible nuclear deterrent against the United States and NATO. The Sarmat is a 3-stage intercontinental ballistic missile powered by liquid propellant, the exact composition of which remains classified. The missile is reported to achieve speeds exceeding Mach 20. With a launch weight of approximately 200 tons, Sarmat is regarded as the heaviest ballistic missile in the world. For comparison, the United States land-based strategic missile, the LGM-30 Minuteman III, weighs roughly 35 tons. The missile is also designed to carry a large number of independently targetable warheads, reportedly between 10 and 15, each with a yield of up to 750 kilotons. For perspective, the little boy atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima had an estimated yield of approximately 15 kilotons of TNT. According to Russian claims, these warheads are capable of maneuvering at hypersonic speeds during flight, complicating interception efforts by existing missile defense systems. The missile is also reportedly capable of deploying hypersonic boost glide vehicles, as well as penetration aids and decoys intended to overwhelm or confuse missile defense systems. At maximum configuration, Sarmat's cumulative destructive yield could theoretically reach approximately 11,000 kilotons of TNT, based on a payload of 15 warheads carrying 750 kilotons each. Russian state-affiliated outlet Sputnik has claimed that a single Sarmat missile is capable of wiping out parts of the Earth the size of France or Texas. Russian President Vladimir Putin has stated that the missile is capable of traveling up to 35,000 kilometers, 22,000 miles. This means the missile will be able to provide Russia with a fractional orbital bombardment system, FOBS, capability, allowing the country to approach targets in the United States via trajectories over the South Pole. Such a flight path could potentially bypass portions of the missile defense infrastructure concentrated in the northern United States. Viewers may note in this regard that since the Cold War, the United States and the Soviet Union concentrated most of their early warning radars in missile defense systems toward the Arctic and North Pole because Soviet ICBMs were expected to approach from that direction, the shortest route between Russia and North America. For reference, here is a comparison. A standard Russian ICBM launched from the Moscow region toward Washington through Arctic will need to travel approximately 7,800 kilometers, 4,850 miles, having a flight time of 25 to 35 minutes. On the other hand, FOBS route through South Pole will be approximately 30,000 kilometers, 18,650 miles, and have a travel time of approximately 2 hours. Sarmat's preparation to launch is under 60 seconds, utilizing a highly automated launch system. Colonel General Sergei Karakayev, commander of the Strategic Missile Forces, told President Vladimir Putin during a teleconference on May 12th that plans are in place for 1st Sarmat Regiment to be ready by the end of this year. The general said, "The test results confirm the validity of the design and technological solutions employed, as well as the missile system's ability to achieve its specified performance characteristics." The missile has been in works for a pretty long time. At the end of June 2015, it was reported that the production schedule for the first prototype of the Sarmat was slipping. The Sarmat was expected to become operational in 2016. On August 10, 2016, Russia successfully tested the Sarmat's first stage engine, named PDU-99. The first image of this new missile was declassified and unveiled in October 2016. It was reported earlier that the development process had been accelerated and that the missiles would make up almost 100% of Russia's fixed land-based nuclear arsenal by the end of 2022. Several failed tests followed and its deployment got delayed. But now that the missile is nearing combat readiness, there are major ramifications for the U.S. homeland. Even if a single Sarmat gets through, it will result in massive catastrophe. The super-large payload is a nightmare for any adversary. Sarmat's capabilities could compel Washington to expand radar coverage, enhance space-based tracking and surveillance networks, invest in next-generation interceptor technologies, and accelerate the development of advanced space-based missile defense architectures such as the proposed Golden Dome initiative. A new cat-and-mouse game is now set. The fact is that the situation is becoming particularly dangerous with arms control frameworks like Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty, ABM Treaty, Intermediate Range Nuclear Forces Treaty, INF Treaty, Treaty on Open Skies and New START Treaty, collapsing.